Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Red Dawn's White Star analysis and/or training video. My name is Supermunion, and today we will be looking at one of our most recent victories. Now, before I go in depth, let's take a look at some of the raw footage first. And before I start the replay, however, I also want you, yes, you, the viewer, to look for a couple things. First off, I want you to think about what is going on in the leaders of each team's head at all times. What are they thinking? What are they looking for? Etc. and beyond. And second, I want you to look for every single small itty bitty mistake, no matter how minuscule, for that is how we can get better at this game and how we can improve. And without further ado, let's dive right into the replay. Before we start, I just want to explain some terminology that I'll be using throughout the video. You might know them, you might not, but I still want to explain them for those of you that might not. So the first term would be throwing, which it means essentially losing advantages, right? Like for example, if we had 10 ships at a level 10 planet and all 10 withdraw to the jump gate, that would be throwing because then the enemy could get those artifacts. The next term is feeding, which is dying for no reason at all. The term after that is inting, which stands for intentionally feeding. And finally, another term that is important is trolling, which means throwing, feeding, or inting, or anything that is disruptive to team activity. The final term that is especially important, and I'll use a lot throughout this analysis, is win condition. By definition, win condition means the conditions met for a team to win. And it doesn't sound very clear right now, and you might not know what it means right now, but I promise it'll get much more clear as we get into the video. Okay, so let's take a look at this white star. Now, I want you to think about how we, Red Dawn, from this portal can win this game. Because if you look at the map, it's pretty balanced. Cyberus are on even sides. Okay, actually it's not entirely balanced, but it's still pretty balanced. Although the level 10 planet is on our side, I believe that they would have a stronger team than ours. You see, one level 160, level 162. Ours is what? What? Okay, ours is one level 60, one level 43. So their side technically has stronger battleships, while ours has better positioning. As I was talking about positioning, right? Our or the best way for Red Dawn to play this is to send the flagship down here into these two sectors, have miners mine out those two sectors, and then have the miners drop at either level 10 or level 5, depending on how the battle is going. And the best strategy for BN Supreme is to go to these asteroids and then see if they can go from here to level 5. Now, to go to level 10 would just be stupid because it'll take the miners like a year, literally at least 24 hours to go from here to here, right? And then it'll take another 24 hours to go back and another 24 hours for the transport to come here. So their best option is to mine out the area around here and then go to the level 5 planet on their side. Now, remember what I said about wind conditions? Well, for them, the wind condition is to utterly destroy our fleet in battle, right? And then deny us this level 10 planet. Because if you look at mining wise, right? Look at the positioning of the asteroids here. They only have 3 asteroids here and 5 here. While if you look at ours, we have 6 here. 6! And how many is that? 7? 7? 6? That's 13 versus literally 8. 13 versus 8. So our miners will definitely have more hydrogen, right? So they need to utterly stomp us in a battle and prevent our transports from getting these. And then that's their win condition. Now, the Red Dawn High Command understood this, right? So we decided to prioritize getting miners. So no matter how destroyed our fleet is, as you'll see, it is utterly destroyed in the first battle, right? We still win out of hydrogen, out of mining, and that is one way you can win White Stars. So let's take a look. We're starting. And immediately we send our flagship there. Now, it's important that they were doing another White Star at the time, this one. So that means that they don't have their flagship. Not that it would have mattered too much. It might have helped clearing here, but they didn't really go for there anyway, and they had a salvage ship somewhere here. Hold on. Yeah, this ship had salvage. So they could have just sent this over there, but they didn't, which is, I don't know why. They're just stupid, I guess. But now let's keep going into the replay. Once again, you see, we had a ship with barrier escort our miners just in case they sent a flagship so they can't recoil, because early cheese recoils are just the stupidest, man. But now it's evident their flagship will never appear, so we send our ship back up to join the others. Now, the Red Dawn here has set kind of a trap, right? Because if you look at the Dune's ship, right? It has bond, it has TP. So what do you think is going to happen? I'll give you 5 seconds to think of what could happen in this scenario. Well, if you thought of a bond, okay, that wasn't really 5 seconds, but whatever. If you thought of a bond or a teleport bond play, then you're absolutely correct. This was what we were going for, right? Because look at their ship's positioning. 2 ships back here, 1 ship here. Look at our positioning. 3 going up, right? 3 going up, 1 more going up. So we're basically a 5v2 right now. If this ship comes 5v3, if this ship comes 5v4, right? But this ship can't come because we still have recoil. He comes, we recoil, boom, miners disrupted. We don't even have to kill them. We just have to deny them mining time, right? So think of the win conditions here, right? We just need a mine. We don't need to destroy them, but it is important to stop their modules, to make them waste modules so they can't go for our miners, right? And boom, teleports them back here. 5 ships converge. And see, look, sure, we used, 1, 2, 3 modules to get him back here. And he only uses 1 module to jump out, right? And we have to use 1 module to chase. But watch what happens. Oh yeah, and we have to use this module, teleport here, to chase once again, right? So that's his dead, right? And how many modules did we use? 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't count time warps. Time warps don't really count as modules because you use them whenever, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We used 5 modules just to get that one person killed. Now, let me ask you a question. Is it worth it? Well, here's the thing, right? Sure, you on the surface you might be like, wow, these guys used 5 modules to kill one ship. How stupid of them, right? Like, why would they use 5 modules to kill one ship, right? Like, that's like half their modules just for one guy, and that wasn't even their best player, right? But then again, remember win conditions. Look at our miners, look at theirs. Their miners are what? 400 hydro, 500 hydro, 91 hydro. I don't know what the okay. 300 hydro, and then I don't know where their last transform miner guy is thinking. But look at our miners. 1,400, 420, 420. Hehe. If you live in America, you know what that means. And 740, 1,400. So our win condition is just to mine, right? So with one of their ships out of the picture entirely, how can they attack? Let me ask you, how can they attack with these positions? They can't attack at all, right? So I'd say that's a totally worth it deal, right? Because modules can refresh. Like, sure, it might take 2 days to refresh, but it takes 16 hours for their ships to respawn anyway. So they basically can't attack for the next 16 hours, or else we'll just blow them out of the water with firepower. And then watch this. So this is one of the Red Dawn's first mistakes. And this is on Supermunion completely, right? So for some reason moves up, and this is during the night too, right? Like while he was sleeping. So this was the most idiotic decision of this game. Well, it might be or there might be one that would contest the most idiotic position, but this is definitely top 2, if not the best, or if not the stupidest. If you're sleeping and you don't plan on waking up while you're sleeping, do not fight. Do not fight, right? Because look here, if Supermunion was awake, he could have bonded this ship. Boom, stops this ship from hitting him. 1v1 this ship, right? And instant win. He could have barriered. He could have bonded. He could have done anything other than nothing. And watch what happens. Just dies immediately. Now let's look at the situation. Okay, 4 versus 4. Sure, this is an area shield, right? But these two teleport to escape, right? And this is another one of the most idiotic decisions of this game, which was to teleport into 3. I don't know what the Red Dawn High Command was thinking at the time, but I'm pretty sure it was something like if he TPs and he TPs and like he TPs, if we have 3 teleport there, they can 3v3, hopefully, you know. But as commanders, one thing is really important, which is coordination, right? And reaction time. So when he TP'd, these two, wait, actually there was just one TP, right? So it would be a 2v3 anyway, which is an even stupider idea. So when they TP, like, even if Volray here TP'd, what could have happened except 2 ships dead, right? Instant 2 ship loss instead of just 1 ship loss. Now it's 3 ship loss. So that was one of the biggest mistakes. And what ended up happening was, well, guess what happens? This guy dies really quickly, 1v3. You can't walk into that. Like, White Star, for some reason, I feel like has more amplified damage. I don't know why, but like instantly dead, basically. And this guy gets an EMP on these two. And this remote repair here was basically a waste, right? And let's continue on this guy dies, evidently. This guy, Volray, has the TP out. Dune is running with his tail between his legs. And now let's look at the game. Before, let's go back. Oh wow, you can't just go back like an hour or so. You have to go back all the way. But let's go back and take a look at this. At what point did we lose the lead? Right here, right here. 100% win rate. There's no way they win now. Well, there's no way except if we throw, right? If we int, if we throw, if we die. And then we throw really hard. This is, like, what am I doing? Or what is Supermunion doing here besides inting? Like, he's basically just saying, hey, kill me. Hello, I'm here. Kill me, please. Dies. 4v4. Now the game is still our favorite because look at the miners once again. Maxed hydrogen while their miners are. I'm sorry for laughing, and if you're their team, I'm sorry, but this is just tragic. Combined, like 1,000 hydro maybe. Yeah, 1,000 hydro combined. That's, or sorry, 2,000 hydro combined. Not even one of our guys. But here, what is this? This is just inting, man. Oh, shoot me, come on, kill me, guys. It's literally just win trading, man. But now, and then this guy gets a good EMP off. Another one of our ships dies. So, look at the situation now. Who do you think will win now? They have 1, 2, 3, 4 ships. 4 ships. With 1 EMP module, shields literally about to refresh, passive shield, and 1 teleport module. 1 EMP, 1 teleport. What do we have? We have nothing, and 3 dead. Who do you think is more likely to win this match? Well, I'll give you the answer. I'll give you the answer right now, which is Red Dawn. 100%. Look at where the miners are. What can Bien Supreme do? What can they do? Well, sure, they can just make a 4-man mad dash to our warp gate and try to slaughter these guys. But look at how close they are to the planet already. They're literally on top of the planet already. So they deposit hydro. Doesn't matter if they die because it takes about 16 hours to get from here to planet to jump gate anyway. So it doesn't matter if they die, right? So deposits hydro. Look at how much that is. 17 artifacts. 17 artifacts. Wow, this has 3. And later they have a total of 10 artifacts, right? Which is pretty funny if you ask me, because like they spent, or we made a mistake in the battle here, but we're still going to win the war, right? Like sure, they won the battle, but we will win the war because we have more artifacts. And in White Stars, all you care about is artifacts. It doesn't matter how many ships you destroy. As long as they have more artifacts, they will win. And that is basically our ideology for this match, right? Because, like, even if we didn't throw, looking at the modules, they theoretically still have stronger ships. So, now, this guy, I don't know what he was thinking. But, again, his inting here is like, oh, kill me. And then we're like, oh, yeah, happily, right? He just gets murdered. He just gets absolutely murdered. And then this guy wants to come down. But I'm pretty sure he didn't pay attention that these modules are about to come off cooldown. So what is he going to do? Well, he's going to come over and it's just going to AFK. It's just going to AFK. Might as well go like grab a cup of coffee, go work out, because that's a 5-hour barrier, another 3-hour bond. So what is this? Like, look at this. He just stays there. He can't even move. Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys about one important thing, which is pay attention to when ships are destroyed, right? Because if you look, oh my god, dude, I hate this. I hate how you have to go all the way back. But pay attention to when ships are destroyed. Because Supermunion is destroyed right here. And in 16 hours, his ship will be back, right? So, and same with 16 hours for Apollo, 16 hours for who is it? HT, right? So in 16 hours, right now is almost 16 hours. 16 hours. Boom. My ship, my transport, comes back. Or Super Munion's battleship and transport comes back. And we TP there. And Bond is a super powerful module. For White Stars, well, I'll get into this later, but we're doing the battle overview first. There are some modules that are exceptionally powerful, and one of those is Bond, because you can literally drag their ships around. What can they do? Like, they can't even barrier you. Barrier doesn't even stop that. So we Bond him, drag him back to us, and he's just dead here. Now, look at their positioning here. This is just hilarious. Like, here's the thing, right? When you're attacking, you can't outnumber them 3-2. You can't outnumber them 4-3. You have to outnumber them 2-1, 10-5, right? When you're attacking, you have to heavily outnumber them. Why? Because, well, first of all, their reinforcements come just like this, right? With a snap their fingers, reinforcements, reinforcements. How long do you think it'll take for a battleship to go from here to here? Like 24 hours. How long from here to here? Well, with teleport, 8 hours. Or not even 8 hours, sorry. 4, like literally 4 hours, right? So, I don't know what they're thinking here, but they just get absolutely slaughtered here. Absolutely slaughtered. They only got one miner, and that miner isn't even important because look at this. Look at this planet. We will literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. Wait, why is it 16? No, it was 17 earlier. But whatever. We will literally have so many more artifacts in them. Look at theirs. They have 6 plus 2 plus 1. They have 9. We have literally 7 more plus this one. This guy who's going to go here. So, there are 3 ships. Basically, feed and die. Right? This guy could have activated shield again, but he didn't. So, he dies. Now, let's go up here. We go attack their transport, disrupt their transports, basically. But the game is over now. Like, there's nothing they can do. Like, name one thing they can do, and it'll be stupid, because look at how many artifacts this is. 4, 4, 4. That's already 12. That's already 12. Counting this relic drone and that relic drone, that's already 14. There's no way they can get these. Even with a flagship, we can just warp in something with barrier and instant stop, right? Or at least prevent the flagship from jumping, because we can see when their flagship comes out, and the flagship has to be in a sector that's not occupied by a jump gate, right? So it'll take a while for their flagship to get out, and then another while to activate recoil. So, once again, they're absolutely screwed now. There's nothing they can do. The end is near for them. Okay. Oh god, I've been talking for a while. But let's just watch the end of the replay. There's not much more exciting stuff. And then I'll go over some details that we may have missed, and then end with some important modules. Yeah, look at this. Not like Bond, once again. Bond is just too powerful. Stops him right in his tracks. We go back. Sadly, that transport is destroyed right here. But if HT moved earlier, but it's just hindsight, you know. Like, sure, HT could have moved over, but I'm pretty sure he was sleeping there, so that's tragic. And once again, HT could have activated shield, and Dune wouldn't have died, and he wouldn't have died, but whatever. Then I come back to save this guy by tanking aggression. Basically, they fire on me instead of him, right? And then that's the end.